So welcome to this practice of mindfulness of body and breath. This is a short meditation designed to settle and ground yourself in the present moment. And we can do this by placing the focus of our attention on the body and later the breath. So settling in now and finding a comfortable position, maybe on a straight back chair or a cushion on the floor. If you're sitting on a chair, allowing the feet to be flat on the floor with the legs uncrossed. Perhaps letting the shoulders drop a little. And maybe letting the hands to perhaps rest on the lap or on top of each other. Allowing the spine to be straight so that your position supports the intention to be awake and aware. And if it's comfortable for you, allowing your eyes to close, or you might prefer to soften or lower your gaze. And bringing your attention now into some grounding areas. We might start with the sensations where your body is in contact with whatever is supporting it. That could be the seat or the cushion. And just spending a few moments to explore these sensations now. Perhaps allowing gravity to do what it does and dropping into that contact point. Allowing the feet to feel grounded and rooted on the floor. And perhaps focusing in now on the hands as another grounding or anchor point. And just meeting the hands as they are. No need to change position or to move them. Just noticing the contact points. The outside of the hands, the inside, the fingertips. And then moving on to a common anchor point, which is the breath. And just sensing or feeling the breath as it moves in and out of the body. Not necessarily thinking about breathing or feeling you have to change your breathing. Just noticing the breath as a helpful anchor point, like the feet or the seat or the hands. And these are all grounding areas that we can use during the practice or in the day-to-day to just bring our attention back to the present moment. So moving our attention now away from the breath and shifting the spotlight of our focus onto the feet as a whole, and also the ankles. Not trying to change anything or seek out anything. Just sensing what's here for you. Maybe noticing the parts of the feet that make contact with the floor. And also the parts that aren't in contact. So any and all sensations. And if there's no sensations, just acknowledging this. This is perfectly fine. We're not trying to make sensations happen. Just paying attention to what's already here. The mind might wander off to thoughts about other things. Thoughts from earlier in the day or what's happening now. When this happens, just simply bringing the attention back to the present moment. Doing that with a gentleness and a kindness, not being critical. And just coming back to focus on the feet. Expanding the attention now to take in the lower legs as well now. The calves, and the shins. And just noticing any sensations that might be here. It could be contact with clothing or a sense of temperature. Moving on up now to take in the knees. And then taking in the rest of the legs. So that you're holding both legs now center stage in awareness. Expanding the attention now further up the body towards the lower back, the pelvis. And then gradually expanding the attention up to the chest and the upper back, right up to the shoulders. And just noticing any physical sensations in this region of the body. Moving on now, expanding the attention once again to include the left arm and the right arm. Just shining that torchlight of attention from the upper arms down to the elbows, the lower arms, and the wrists, right out to the fingertips. And bringing in the neck now. The whole of the face. Right up to the tip of the head. So now you're holding the whole body in awareness now. Just seeing if it's possible to allow the sensations to be just as they are. Not trying to control anything or wanting things to be different. And the mind might wander. This is what minds do. So again, when this happens, just not being critical, recognizing this, becoming aware, bringing your attention then back to the whole body breathing. So bringing the focus now to the awareness of the center of your body, to the abdomen, as the breath moves in and out of the body. And just noticing any changing patterns or physical sensations here. The rise and fall of the abdomen. Being fully alive to the sensations of breathing. The full duration of each in-breath. The full duration of each out-breath. Just letting the breath to be as it is in this moment. And sooner or later the mind will wander again, away from the breath, thinking or planning or remembering, daydreaming. When this happens, just simply noticing that the mind has wandered and bringing the attention back to the breath. So using the stretches of silence now to practice this. And coming back to the breath whenever the mind wanders. Remembering that the breath is always available to us to bring us back to the present moment, like the feet or the seat or the hands, as an anchor or a grounding point. These anchor points can be a place of stillness, a place of strength, a place of safety. Just breathing. So now bringing the attention back to the whole body here now. As this meditation comes to an end, perhaps becoming aware of any sounds in the room if there is any. Maybe gently stretching or moving if that feels comfortable to do so. And if the eyes have been closed, gently opening them when you're ready. This mindfulness of body and breath practice is complete.